Same as the camera angle, vanishing points and receding lines can also help us find the position of a horizon line. These are not always present in a photo, but when they are, they can help us to easily find the horizon line. That's why any photo manipulation artist must know about them. So what are vanishing points and receding lines? Let's start with receding lines. If we take these cuboids, and we draw lines following the edges of the cuboids, we get what in art we call orthogonal lines. These lines are pointing or receding to a single point, and that's why in the subject of perspective, we call them receding lines. The receding lines of the cuboids all meet, or converge, at a particular spot. In fact, receding lines are sometimes called converging lines. The spot where the receding lines meet is called the vanishing point. What's important to know is this: that the vanishing point sits on the horizon line. This means that knowing where the receding lines meet will tell us where the horizon line is. There are exceptions where not all vanishing points sit on the horizon line, but we'll talk about that later. Let's look at some actual photos and see how we can use vanishing points and receding lines to find the position of the horizon line. In this photo, we can easily draw the receding lines by following the base and the top of the columns. As we mentioned earlier, where all the lines meet is what we call the vanishing point. And because we now know where the vanishing point is, we can determine that the horizon line is sitting here, in the middle of the photo. And the same thing goes for this second photo. We have these lines in the image that we can use as a guide to draw our receding lines. And the receding lines are meeting at this one point, which is our vanishing point. And that's where we find the horizon line. Let's look at one last photo. In this case, we can draw the receding lines following lines on the floor, wall, windows, and ceiling. Therefore, we can establish that the vanishing point is here, and as we now know, the horizon line would be sitting right on it. Looking for lines in a photo can help us find the vanishing point and, therefore, define the horizon line's position. But there's more. Vanishing points can also help us take objects that have depth and place them in the proper perspective. What do I mean by depth? Basic three-dimensional objects usually have an identifiable height, width, and depth. And because they have depth, they also have a vanishing point which we need to match with the rest of the composite assets' vanishing points. In such a case, matching only the horizon line is not enough. Let's see why this is important. Imagine that each cuboid on the screen is an object in a photo manipulation canvas. If we move the cuboid up or down, it will look out of perspective, and that's because, as we've learned, we cannot have two horizon lines in the same artwork. As I've explained in Lesson 1, we can have only one horizon line in an artwork. Therefore, the horizon lines of all the objects need to be aligned and merged into one. And that's great, however, as I've just mentioned, each object's vanishing point also needs to match. For example, if we take this cuboid in our diagram and move it sideways, its vanishing point will not remain aligned with the other cuboid's vanishing point, and as a result, it looks off. That's why it's crucial that when we have multiple assets that have a vanishing point, besides the horizon lines, we align all vanishing points as well. If you have an asset that has a vanishing point, but you have no other vanishing points in your artwork, then you just need to match the horizon line. A good example of such an object is this cardboard box. Like the cuboid's diagram we've seen earlier, we can easily draw receding lines and find the vanishing point. Once we've located the vanishing point, we can place it on the horizon line of the artwork to have the box in perspective with the rest of the composite. And if there are other assets with depth, we need to match the vanishing points as well. But what if we have an organic object with a perceivable depth, like this lion? Such organic things have complex shapes and no straight lines, so we cannot draw receding lines to find the vanishing point. But they still have a vanishing point, and they still need to be positioned in perspective. So how do we tackle such images? First, we find the horizon line using the camera angle method and the above or below horizon principle we've learned earlier. Then we need to guesstimate the vanishing point. With organic subjects, there is no specific way to work out their exact vanishing point position. So we need to use our best judgment to visually match their vanishing point to that of the artwork. The good news is that since such organic objects have complex shapes, even if the placement is a bit off the artwork's vanishing point, it won't show much. That's for when the organic objects have a visible depth. However, sometimes we might use organic subjects that look more flat. Take this photo of a cat for instance. We can see the height and the width, but the depth is not so perceivable. And it's the same with the photo of this girl. And also this bird. Since these objects don't have a visible depth, it's easier to place them in artwork and match the perspective, as we don't need to worry about the vanishing point. All we need to do is find the horizon line using the above and below horizon principle, as we've learned earlier. Let's recap. Vanishing points and receding lines can be used to find the position of the horizon line of an object. Vanishing points and receding lines can also help us position objects that have depth in perspective with other similar photos in the same artwork. In this case, matching the horizon line is not enough, and we need to align the vanishing points as well. Objects with receding lines that are not aligned to the artwork's vanishing points will look out of place. If you have an asset that has a vanishing point, but you have no other vanishing points in your artwork, then you just need to match the horizon line.